tell you your future, fictional, factual things. Feed me your fables, your heroic tales. I'll give them life and wings. Where do you end? Now they are waiting, and time is not on your side. Life comes to those who are willing, not those who just run and hide. Those who just run and hide.
Welcome to another Best You discussion. We're glad you're here. We're glad you took the time to see what we had to discuss today. And we want to thank Amy Hendrickson for providing the music. Amy's been a dear friend for many, many years. We ask that you check out her music at her website, amyhendricksonmusic.com. Again, that's amyhendricksonmusic.com. And if you haven't seen her documentary, Local Honey, it's worth a viewing. It's a great documentary about local music, the local music that surrounds us all. We do not need the Grammy Awards to tell us what's great and what's good. It's all around us. So listen to some local music. There are some specific topics we talk about and discuss during these discussions. But we also are available for more personal topics and discrete subject matters. From sexual preferences to political affiliations, everybody needs a little discreet sounding board or discussion from time to time. So feel free to contact us if you have a topic of interest that you need a personal touch, a sounding board, and send us an email at bestyouguru@yahoo.com. Again, that's bestyouguru@yahoo.com. And this came about because we were contacted by some people that during this last year or so that have specific issues that aren't really right for a public discussion. So they asked me, why do I not make this more available and wide known? So here we are, we're making it known. If you have some discrete subject matter that you would like to use us as a sounding board or to seek some opinion, contact us. Whether it's a phone chat or email, we'll give you our best shot at helping you live to your potential, living the greatness that's within you. Now, here are some things you can do for us. One, you like our Facebook page. That helps us. We like it. We like it when people like us. Two, subscribe to our YouTube channel. The more people that you subscribe, the easier it will be for people to find us. If you have difficulty finding our YouTube channel, send me an email. But please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also visit our website at bestyouguru.com. Again, bestyouguru.com. And always send us an email with topics you'd like to see discussed or just want to tell us what you think. bestyouguru@yahoo.com. And you can support our efforts by sending donations either by Venmo or PayPal. And Venmo is Venmo at Robin, ROBIN -Shivery, SHIV as in victory, ERY. Again, Venmo at Robin -Shivery. Or you can use PayPal. Yes, we accept PayPal at bestyouguru@yahoo.com. Or if you want to support us and you don't use Venmo or PayPal, send a check or a credit card number to your local food bank. That helps us all. Our topic for this discussion is cancel culture. You know, it's all over the news, but I want everyone to know America was built on cancel culture. It is our tradition. So why the big uproar now? Well, could it be that traditionally, the people empowered were not being canceled. Today, the people that were unaffected prior are now being canceled. It may be that we become too sensitive, or it may be that we're not tolerating things that offend us any longer. Maybe it's just our world is smaller and social media and modern communications provides a platform for almost everyone to voice their opinions. But again, our topic is cancel culture, and my original statement, America was built on cancel culture. So I suggest you get a pencil, a pen, or paper and write down some of these examples. I challenge you. Prove them to yourself. Here are some examples of the tradition of cancel culture in our country, what made us a great country. Americans have never really been a tolerant people. Ask Native Americans. My ancestors came over from Mississippi on the Trail of Tears to Oklahoma. If you don't believe we're a cancel culture traditionally, ask a Native American. Indian culture canceled. Our economy, particularly the Southern economy, was built upon canceling the African culture. I do not know any African Americans speaking Zulu, Swahili, Shabu, or the plethora of other languages of Africa. African culture canceled. Religious Americans have canceled religion. Religious people were denied and continue to be denied their religion. There are only the anointed religions that are allowed to prosper in America. Check out the Dinka religion. Canceled. We burn people alive at the stake for their religious beliefs. Joseph Smith and the members of the Latter-day Saint movement were moved several times because people tried to cancel their culture, their religion, and so they found a home in Utah. Hell, we killed men, women, and babies because they were dancing the ghost dance. The mere fact that the people were dancing in a religious ceremony, and we killed them. Religions canceled. The Mexican government allowed Americans to live peacefully in Mexico. And then a defeated politician seeking to reclaim some of his glory of past years. Ambitious entrepreneurs, military personnel with huge egos, and people seeking to establish a new country decided to no longer live peacefully in Mexico. Hell, they'll just make it their land. They live here. This is how Texas came into being. Parts of Mexico and the Mexican people, their culture, canceled. Entire industries have been attacked. You know, people are allowed to sell their bodies in America. People are allowed to sell their bodies, and they call them athletes. While other people are not allowed to sell their bodies, and they're called sex workers. So we cancel industries. We cancel culture. I remember as a young man being told that you'll never see a black man be a quarterback in the NFL because black people were not smart enough to be quarterbacks. They could run fast. They could be running backs. They could be receivers because they could run and catch a ball. But they couldn't be quarterbacks because they were not smart enough. For decades, a cancel culture prevailed in the NFL until 1988. A gentleman named Doug Williams did not allow them to cancel him. He was the quarterback for the Washington football team that won the Super Bowl. Doug Williams was not going to be canceled. Parts of our history been canceled because of cancel culture. Don't believe me? Get out your pen and paper. Surprise, John Hancock. You know that big signature? John Hancock was a smuggler and a pirate. Did you ever wonder what happened to the tea that was thrown overboard at the Boston Tea Party? Think about it. Thomas Jefferson raped a 14-year-old girl called Sally Hemings. Alexander Hamilton did not believe in God. He was an agnostic, and he was proud of it. And he was caught in the nation's first big sex scandal. Did you learn about that in school? Our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner, the words were written in 1812. But the tune, the melody, was an old English drinking song. Our national pledge, the Pledge of Allegiance, was canceled and rewritten to satisfy the religious revisionist. Today, we don't cite the original Pledge of Allegiance. It was canceled. These are historical truths, canceled because someone was offended. Record burning. We tried to cancel rock and roll, Elvis Presley, the band Kiss, the Rolling Stones, Tina Turner, Rod Stewart, the Sex Pistols, and Eric Clapton with his song Slow Hand were all victims of cancel culture at one time or another. You want more? The child's character Barney, a victim of cancel culture. Book burning in America. Book burning, part of a cancel culture. And today we are witnessing the suppression of voting rights. It continues today, denying people their constitutional rights by suppressing it. It's illegal in Georgia to give water to somebody standing in line to vote. That's cancel culture. Now, some people, particularly book publishers, have found a way to profit from this cancel culture. What you do is you take your 6 least profitable books and you declare that you will stop publishing them because they are offensive to a certain groups of people. It upsets the woke people in our country. So now these 6 books are flying off the shelves. What a great marketing plan. Take your worst 6 sellers and say they are offending people, so you got to take them off the shelves, and the next thing you know, Americans fall for it and they start buying them. And now the publishers are talking about, well, they need another printing to meet demand. College campuses are full of people getting offended by someone else's free speech. Rather than walking away or not attending the event, they create safe zones so they don't have to hear offensive words. That's cancel culture. Mr. Potato Head has become part of the cancel culture. What was strictly a marketing idea to increase sales got somebody all pissed off. And so now it's a cancel culture. Our country was built upon canceling anything that disagreed with our religious and our customs. Of the elite, though, Not just everybody. I don't think everybody was offended by the 6 Dr. Seuss books. And now we are all suffering the consequences of our own hubris. And why are we so surprised? Most of the poor and hardworking people of our country just don't have the luxury of time to complain. They're just too damn busy. People are trying to put food on the table, and if someone tells a dirty joke or touches your back in an inappropriate manner or winks at you or maybe flirts, most of us don't have time to worry about it. We just go, so what? Hell, I get offended every day. I mean, don't you? But I'm too damn busy to get offended because I want to be productive. I'm not going to allow those things that offend me to stand in my way of living a productive life. The need to embrace diluted thinking is impacting the American way of life as never before. Cancel culture is a manifestation of this thinking. QAnon is a manifestation of truth avoidance and responsibility evasion on a massive scale. Now, I'll probably get a lot of hate mail from that, but let me tell you something. Words that appear on a computer screen and people believe the truthfulness without knowing the author or the motive, it's asinine to me. People are rushing. I mean, there's a line. They're rushing to be manipulated. They're eager to be radicalized. They're eager to accept falsehoods and misrepresentations. If this absurdity escapes you, you may be radicalized. It may be time for intervention if reality and truth undermine your beliefs. QAnon is cancel culture. Internet conspiracies. Internet conspiracies are a drug of the masses in these periods of uncertainty. Reality has escaped people in this conspiracy culture. People promoting conspiracies and conspiracy theories are cancel culture. They're canceling the truth. They're canceling facts based upon conspiracies. The conspiracy culture is one of our most dangerous events that's taking place today because it has no truth or facts. It requires that only you have faith in the absurdity. Conspiracy theorists don't want your truth. They don't want your facts. They only want you to believe in something so absurd, it gives them power over you. So let me ask you, what did you believe today? Is your truth based upon social media information? Are your opinions formed on social media information? Disinformation mindsets are very difficult to change. And do you know why? There's a lot of money to be made in disinformation. See, the truth has less appeal. Disinformation is seductive. And I want you to remember this. Please hold on to this. It is easier to fool someone than it is to convince them they have been fooled. Those wishing to control you and your actions. The originators of conspiracy theories, QAnon, they all know this about you. Can you admit that you have been fooled? We have all, each of us, you and I, everybody listening, we have been fooled at some time in our life. At some point, we have been fooled. Can you admit it? Today, we have many people quoting the Constitution, and their only study of the Constitution is a review of Facebook posts. Research indicates that 90% of Americans receive their news from social media, particularly Facebook. If you receive your news from Facebook, you're misinformed. No serious review of constitutional law or formal study, just what the latest Facebook states. And usually, it agrees with your opinion already. That Facebook post generally will agree with your beliefs. It's called an echo chamber, and that's dangerous. We have people claiming to be Christians. They're all over Facebook making claims about one side or the other. And in their claims, they break the 9th commandment. But yet, they tout their religion's better than yours, even when they're breaking their own commandments. We create this echo chamber because we have been fooled into the same belief system controlled by those wanting to control you. It's that simple. What I ask is you to reject what you know to be false. It is so seductive to believe those the loudest, the strongest, the bully of the playground. That is so seductive to want to belong, because we prefer, the American way has become to prefer comfort over truth. I ask that you prefer truth over comfort. Are you strong enough, intelligent enough, and humble enough to admit when you have been fooled? I'm unsure if we as a people have that strength. So I ask you, what will be your legacy? Will you be remembered for the person that stood proud for being fooled? Will you? Or will you be remembered for standing for truth, facts, and integrity? For something to be truth, it must be reliable and valid. Can you prove it? Is it factual? The truth can be proved over and over again. Will your life represent what was written on social media? Or will you stand true to what was written in your DNA? You can't always prove what's written on social media because it's gauged and governed by algorithms. It tells you what you want to hear. But your DNA, that's who you are. We spend such a short time on this earth. Should we not spend our time, our limited hours, our precious moments on positive work that represents our authentic identity instead of representing the misinformation on Facebook? You can either stand for your truth or the delusions of grandeur found on Facebook. If you want to live a happy and productive life, learn the difference between what can stop you from living your dreams and what just offends you. Learn the difference between what can stop you from living your dreams and merely just what offends you. Stop trying to cancel everything that offends you. Good Lord, if you spent all your waking moments trying to stop what offends you, you would never have time to overcome what stops you. Start focusing on overcoming what stops you. There's greatness, unique and inherent greatness within you. And it's not found on Facebook. Please send questions and comments to bestyouguru@yahoo.com. And remember, We will address personal issues that are impacting your life in negative manners or confusing manners. We appreciate and depend upon your support. We ask that you send your donations to Venmo at Robin-Shivery, or you can use PayPal at bestyouguru.com. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free. For opinions on personal issues, contact us. Be forewarned, though, that our opinions are not always politically correct, socially sensitive, or conforming to the norms of the social structure. Our advice is based upon the authentic you. Our intent is to connect you with your authentic identity so you can live the potential that has been given to you. Again, contact us at bestyouguru@yahoo.com. And we really appreciate you watching and listening and hopefully helping us provide some goodness in this world. Namaste.
Talk to me now, come sit beside me, I am your willing ear. Drop all your troubles right down to the floor, they don't define you here. Well, you are built like the phoenix to rise back to the dawn. And you don't have to know who you are, you just have to know who you're not. You have to know who you're